Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of Skoda Rapid. The reliability of the Skoda Rapid is at a fairly good level, and problems usually occur only with high mileage, poor treatment of the car or neglect of maintenance. Thanks to the use of the group's components, the service network is very wide and the prices of services parts are affordable. Problems with the vehicle's electronics are rare, and problems are in most cases result within warranty inspections. The interior of the vehicle withstood the test of time well. Excessive wear usually occurs only with less careful used car, scratched plastic surface and the like. Occasionally faulty electronic windows, porous door seals can mean water penetration into the interior. Increased noise from the vents usually means a malfunction of the air circulation cover control or the penetration of wood leaves into the cabin filter area. In the case of the spaceback version, in the early years, there was a burst of the rear third brake light. The manufacturer has modified the light and the replaced light does not shoot anymore. In the case of petrol engines, a lambda sensor malfunction or a faulty bump occurs more often when regular spark plug replacement is neglected. The problem can occur at higher mileage, leading to uneven operation with less cylinders, in the form of vibration, loss of power or uneven idling. With TSI engines, there is occasionally a problem with the control of the turbocharger overload, which leads to the ignition of the engine failure lamp and the transition of the engine to the safe mode, reduce power. With the 1.2 MPI to 1.2 TSI and 1.4 TSI EA 111 series, there is sometimes a problem with the noisy chain, regular series, regular oil change, and the driving style itself have a significant impact on chain maintenance. The unaffordable influence is mainly the so-called gentle ride at too low revs. At that time, the mechanism is mostly under the pressure of torsional vibrations. The problems with the timing chain is manifested by excessive noise, lighting of the MIL lamp, engine diagnostics, problems with the starting the engine or loss of power. The solution is to replace the drive chain, guides, gears, etc. With TSI engines, there is sometimes a problem with the so-called dirty catalytic converter, which is especially true for drivers who drive mostly at a slow pace and their engine runs at low revs. Longer driving at a slower TSI engine pace, there is a risk of unburned soot accumulating in the catalytic converter, which ECU engine can evaluate as a catalyst error. It is therefore advisable to drive the car slightly from time to time. By driving the TSI engine more often on shorter distances with a cold engine, there is a danger that the engine oil will be diluted too much with unburned gasoline, which brings additional risks of excessive engine wear. The solution is to occasionally drive the car on the highway or change the engine oil more often. TSI engines often have a rougher engine sound after a cold start, less refinement, and sometimes less smooth acceleration. This is caused by the accelerated heating of the catalyst and the increase in the temperature of the exhaust gases. This mode, however, lasts only a minute and is not a technical problem. For newer TSIs equipped with variable valve timing usually increases the noise after a cold start due to lack of oil in the valve control mechanism. A few seconds after starting the engine, the oil enters the mechanism and the engine starts to run quieter. In the case of diesel engines, more frequent driving over shorter distances faces problems with the EGR valve clogging. Lower engine power jerking or the engine is in safety mode along with the engine light on. In the case of the 1.6 TDI EA 189 engine, a crack may appear on the radiator of the EGR valve for exhaust gas recirculation, more common in winter, especially on vehicles traveling on shorter distances. The coolant penetrates the intake, making it a gradual drop. Coolant loss can also occur at the water pump, which is recommended to be changed together with the pipes. Saves work and avoids unnecessary problems. In case of the 1.6 TDI engine shutdown, gear changes, or a difficult start sometimes occur. The reason is usually inaccurate airflow sensor data resulting in replacement. However, it often happens that there are no problems, and the reason may be an inadequate air filter. It is best to change the original or a failure of the temperature sensor. There is also a beneficial effect on these problems. Software update along with installation of airflow rectifier in the air intake system before the air mass sensor. Problems with spent injectors, common rail injection engines are generally a little more sensitive to fuel quality, so it is recommended to add a higher quality diesel additive from time to time. Failure/excessive wear of the injector causes cold start problems, uneven operation, noisier operation, low speed variation, and loss of power. Poor fuel is also the cause of common rail control valve failure. The problems are similar to faulty injectors. Higher mileage also carries the risk of turbocharger problems, leading to increased oil consumption, intake of oil reduced/loss of power, or control of charge pressure. In addition to the 1.2 MPI HTP, 1.2 TSI and 1.4 TSI, both EA 111 other engines have tooth belt that change at 160,000 kilometers and at 8 years intervals. TDI EA 189, 180,000 kilometers and 10 years for TDI EA 288 and 210,000 kilometers and 10 years for TSI EA 211. For oil change, the fixed service interval is 30,000 kilometers or 2 years, or so-called variable when the on-board computer requests a replacement. For better operational reliability and longer engine life, it is recommended to shorten the oil change intervals to a maximum of 15 kilometers. The air filter as a replacement interval every 30,000 kilometers or 10 years. A cabin filter recommendation of every 2 years or 30,000 kilometers. The spark plugs in petrol engines are optimally changed every 1 kilometer. Automatic transmission DSG have an oil change interval of 60,000 kilometers. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you're the owner of this car, then share your experience. It will help others to choose a car. Goodbye.